And after a quick flight, we are now coming to you live here at Lan Yu, right off the coast of Taiwan, for our close qualifiers, the first of the close qualifiers this DreamHack season. It is for Taiwan, Hong Kong, Macau, Mongolia, Japan. I am once again your host, Yaku of Zaku, and with me once again is la velocista olímpica que entrega las impresoras, like _VIP. Hope the flight went well.
What's up, Yaku? Mate, it's been a while since we've casted together. It's
Yeah. Far too long.
But this is cast number 3 today. This is cast number 5 in the past 24 hours. We are here with the very first closed qualifier, as you said. And this is going to work a little bit differently, you know, it's especially compared to the open qualifiers. We have a bunch of best of threes, but, mate, we have a lower bracket. It is double elim.
That it is. So our players will definitely have a lot of opportunities here. Again, 8 players enter, 4 players leave. Real good way of weeding out who will carry on and who will unfortunately not.
Definitely. Again, I apologize, especially if you're watching the VOD, as to what is going on. Well, we just came off a 4-hour cast, and we just had a 30-minute break to eat and get whatever we could inside of our bodies and get ready for
2 packs of Chips Ahoy, and that's it. Spent most of my break trying to find my Heroes of the Storm mug.
What is wrong with you? In my mind, the stream goes offline. You're like, all right, where's the mug? Where's the mug? Where's the mug? And you're looking for the mug, and then you find it. There's like 5 minutes left, and you're like, oh shit! And you find something.
That was 10 minutes left. In fairness, I also left before you did.
Sure. What are you doing, mate? God damn. Meanwhile, I refilled my water bottle.
As did I.
Yeah. And
it's so good.
Oh yeah, get that water inside you. I actually had quickly like got some KFC chicken inside me.
How cold was it?
It was like room temperature, you know, so it wasn't hot.
Spicy.
So not ideal, but it looks like we are. The lobby has been made, but we're gonna be remaking. So yeah, basically, I just needed food inside me, mate. That's all I needed.
I just needed my mug. I just needed more caffeine.
Well, yeah, I'm good, mate. Water is all I need when it comes to that stuff. But hopefully this broadcast isn't too long. Again, as you said, there are only 8 players, and you know, the way this works is we first have the best of 3, then we already move on to the qualifying match, and then we'll be knocked down to the lower brackets. So we'll be able to cast ideally maybe 4 series, maybe if we're lucky.
Yeah, at the very least, we should get at least 2 qualifying matches and one best of 3 before then.
Yep. Exactly.
And yeah, it is gonna work a little differently, as you say. I was like, how do I word this in between that? I was something along the lines of I'll find the words.
It's so good. Now people on the screen can see at the moment what series we are looking forward to get into.
It's straightforward like that. There we go. Our series is. They come one after the other because of that double elimination bracket.
Yeah, they do.
Especially,
It's like we're following like a path, you know, and it's a lot more clear. It's, as you said, it is straightforward. And we are getting.
You know why it took me so long to think of the words for that?
I had told you, like, the brain's gone. It's.
I can't wait to see what we're gonna be like tomorrow. I can't wait to see what you're gonna be like for tomorrow's NA.
I just need man, a couple hours sleep and I'm good, man. That's just how we do. It's built different, man. Kappa. But we are getting ready for our Stir
Sith
series. Yeah, it is going to be a ZvT. We didn't really get to talk too much about it, but of course we have to follow our Hong Kong boys. The Joey himself. He competes so often in our events, and now here he is in the closed qualifier.
Indeed, and as one of the favorites as well, it is really glad to see that all that practice wound up paying off. But regardless, we are starting off this tournament on 2000 Atmospheres LE. We're in the bottom left-hand corner map, spawning all the way in the bottom left-hand corner. We have the red Zerg player coming down from the land of Hong Kong. Straight up the best player from Hong Kong, and currently the dominant Grand Platypus Open champion, representing himself as he's currently teamless. He is GogojOey.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of 2000 Atmospheres LE, we have his opponent, the Taiwanese Terran player, representing himself, the land of Taiwan and the race of Terran. It is Eternity.
Player who I believe qualified through the open qualifiers. That he did. Don't think we were able to catch his games. Yeah, we weren't quite able to catch his games, but definitely had a very good run, taking out Kevin Liu, denying him the seed in the close qualifiers, and then taking out a bit of a dark horse in Shinobu. Of course, that was a TVT and then a TVP. This is now a TBZ.
Exactly. Like, we had a choice. Obviously, we were going to go for one of our Hong Kong boys, whether it was Joey or the Stork. But in the end, I picked this one just because we weren't able to cast Eternity. As you said, right? I want to be able to feature these players. I want to be able to get an eye on what they have to offer. So Eternity is what we went for, and we'll see how he can keep up and compete with the best player in all of Hong Kong.
Definitely. And fun fact, also coming into this close qualifiers as the top seed, he did make it to the main event last season of DreamHack. Barely didn't make it to the playoffs. It was an elimination rematch between him and Bud Always to get to those playoffs, and Bud Always edged out the victory there, 2-1.
Yeah,
absolutely brutal.
Exactly. We were lucky enough to cast it. It was it was an intense
both
ZvP.
matches,
yeah, both matches. It was great. It was beautiful. It was great to see him on that main stage, or I should say in that group stage. Because of his performance, he did already get seeded into the closed qualifier, so he has had a couple of days to kind of rest and think over and maybe even practice a little bit. He didn't have to worry about those dreadful open qualifiers. But now he is here. He is ready to rumble. He is in form. And so far, mate, everything's pretty standard. At least on the Zerg side of things.
Yeah, which if you're a fan of GogojOey, you may be a little bit surprised. But to be fair, GogojOey doesn't really play too many ZvTs. I believe he's most well known for his ZvZ and has proven himself a Terran ZvP. The ZvT, it's probably the matchup that's most up in the air for him.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to ZvT, we typically cast him against Azure. There is this kind of...
Have we just seen his TVC?
Yeah, there's like this kind of like one-sided rivalry going on between the two of them. And typically, whenever they do compete against each other, GogojOey does love using roaches.
Just like so. He used roaches before the finals of GSL last season.
Yeah, mate.
ZvT.
He was the one who influenced Rogue, mate. Let's be real here.
Let's be very clear there. And he does them in a pretty similar fashion as well. He likes being very aggressive with them. Well, I guess aggressive isn't necessarily the word. He likes being very active with them so that he's able to catch the Terran army as it makes a false move onto the map.
Yeah, exactly. He does utilize them to great effect to hit these beautiful timing attacks to try and end the game. Otherwise, he is happy to go into a later stage of the game with still Roach Ravager and eventually transition out of them. So we'll see how Eternity can deal with that. What I will say is that the Hellions, they got 2 drone kills. More importantly, they got behind the mineral line and they scouted that Roach Warren.
Yeah, Eternity is taking this very seriously. Getting a couple of Banshees out right now. Oh, building double bunkers. Potentially a bit of an overreaction, but considering that Eternity has mostly been producing Hellions here, he needs everything he can get to deal against early Roach aggression for all he knows.
Definitely. And we do see these roaches coming across the map. The Banshee already caught some of them. Meanwhile, as you said, like Hellions, they just aren't ideal against roaches, so I don't blame him for getting the bunkers, but as you said, maybe it was a little bit unnecessary to commit this hard. He just didn't know how hard GogojOey was going to commit. So yeah, in the end, he will defend nicely, and he will take his third.
Right on time. 30 not going to be at any economic disadvantage because of those bunkers.
Yeah, he can always salvage them if need be. Get plenty of that money back.
Oh, decent pick off.
Yeah, the Hellions, they try to find a way, and so far GogojOey has been able to keep up. He's always there ready and waiting wherever the Hellions show up, and we do see that the 1-1 upgrades are on the way here for GogojOey. So until those upgrades do hit, he's probably going to be a little bit more defensive here between the two players.
Yeah, focusing a lot more on spreading his creep, making sure his is able to split up his roaches effectively, just in case Eternity goes for some massive multi-prong attacks. Drones are starting to go down to the Banshees.
Yeah, nicely done here by Eternity. He finds a bunch of transferring workers where the spores were not defending, they were not in position, and even escapes with both Banshees, mate.
Very nicely done. He can even go around and use them for additional support for these Hellions, clear up creep just in case Hellions aren't able to do so. But behind that, GogojOey is not fully committed to roaches.
Yeah, exactly.
Fire is on the way.
And unfortunately, the low health Banshee was a little bit too far forward. It does get sniped, and I was hoping that maybe if the Banshees dive back in, they would have a chance to scout the Spire, right? But at the moment, especially because one of them went down, it's looking a little bit less likely, and this is a little bit devastating because, again, these like Muta switches, they can really catch an opponent off guard and just decimate a mineral line, mate.
I don't see any missile turrets as of yet, Light. For all Eternity knows, GogojOey is 110 committed to the roaches, and he wants to focus entirely on more of a ground army. We see him getting a bunch of Marauders, focusing on getting concussive shells, and working on a siege line. That's not going to help him too much against Mutalisk.
Definitely.
From now.
They are, like, he's playing this safe. They're not in the mineral lines. They are outside his third and his natural, so not in the most defensive position for his economy. Meanwhile, the Hellion slips in, but oh god, I gotta check. Hold on. He didn't see.
Yeah. I'm curious as to why Eternity built those turrets where he did. I guess maybe to deal with overlords or something.
I would assume this is just in case there was borrowed roaches, which we
right.
We have seen GogojOey utilize that in the past as well.
Eternity is well aware of GogojOey's reputation, but unaware that GogojOey has been learning a little bit about the ways of the Muta. From Demi and Jim Rising.
Jim Rising, here we go. The Mutas show up. There is nothing here to defend the main mineral line. Workers are going down. The boys are being pulled. No to the gas. Oh god, no! They're all going down.
They're all clumping up. Thankfully for Eternity, the Mutalisk count isn't too crazy. He is able to keep a lot of SCVs alive, but 10 SCVs already going down just like that. Missile turret not quite in place, and the other one isn't built just yet. These Marines are doing a very good job of trying to herd the Mutas into the missile turret, but there's enough of an angle for GogojOey to get 10 more SCVs for nothing, for the cost of what, 1 Mutalisk?
Not even.
That's
great. I thought one died as well. I think it was the Overseer that was with the Mutas, but yeah, looking at the units lost, not a single Muta has gone down. That could change here. Oh god.
Almost, but not quite. GogojOey makes it out of there with his Mutalisk being very annoying, preventing the bases of Eternity from landing. If only he had borrowed Zerglings.
Just the icing on the cake, mate. But like again, these Mutas, they have more than paid for themselves, and we do see that GogojOey, he isn't being stubborn, he isn't staying on Roach Ravager, he is switching things up into Ling Bane. Yeah,
his upgrades are already on the way. He'll have +2 Carapace very, very shortly, and that is what you do want to prioritize when it comes to ZvT.
The tank!
Tank is super exposed! Nara tank there. The Mutalists are gonna wreak havoc here on that 4th base location. Bailing speed not done quite yet. I'm very worried for GogojOey here, exposing the Bailings!
Oh my
Percussive
god.
shells do such a good job of preventing the connection.
Yeah, exactly. That was a beautiful fight there for Eternity. He took down the majority of those Bailings, but the 4th base does get picked off by the Mutas.
GogojOey poking the bear a little bit here. Eternity, he knows he needs to counterattack to get some equalizing damage done. I will say that GogojOey has bought himself a lot of time. He's remaking his Banelings, and Baneling speed has finished up.
True.
Let's not forget. The next engagement should happen on creep, and that can definitely spell disaster for Eternity. He doesn't have too many tanks.
Oh god, exactly. The Bailings finish up just in time for the fight, and with that, GogojOey does have enough to defend. Not just defend, but also catch reinforcements with his Mutas, and now GogojOey, he can just send it all across the map. What is there left to defend? There's a single tank, a lot of medevacs. Medevacs, mate, they didn't shoot. They shoot up or down.
Unfortunately not. They shoot healing beams.
Oh god.
And that's not exactly what you need. GG's call, and GogojOey takes the game number 1. Not quite in typical GogojOey fashion, but I just love it. Like, you see it every time in GogojOey's play. He sees an opportunity, he goes all in. Right towards the end there, he senses weakness. He senses vulnerability in Eternity's fighting capabilities. And just smash his way through. Take the W.
Yeah, that's like one of the most dangerous things about GogojOey. Like, we talk about him, and for those wondering, he is part of the Zerg Muta Triangle in the Asia Pacific Sea, and again, he can just be so aggressive, and he knows when his opponent is at his weakest. He doesn't like back off and reconsolidate his army and give his opponent some time to breathe. Like, nah, mate, he's all over you.
Absolutely. Sometimes it does work to his detriment, but more often than not, that instinct, that killer instinct he's got, is what sets it apart from so many of these other Zerg players.
Exactly. And on top of that, in very GogojOey fashion, he does utilize those roaches. The roaches weren't necessarily the killing move there, but again, it got him there, right? And I feel like his reputation did help him, because once those roaches were scouted, then Eternity felt like he had all the information he needed, you know, and he was just trying to deal with them, didn't realize that there was something else hidden, you know, behind the shadows.
Something in the waters.
Something in the pouch.
Or through the fog. Eternity, he's like a sailor. He was almost chased by the shark and his demi. He's light behind the fog. But it's a trap.
It's a Joey, mate.
Even more vicious than a shark.
Exactly. Oh my god. So well done there, GogojOey, for taking game number 1. I do want to say that Eternity did hold his own for a long time there. It was really just the Mutas that hurt him the most, right? Like, his macro was on point. Like, he defended, he was going for that counterattack as well. Like, he was looking pretty solid, but yeah, they're Mutas, mate.
Yeah, it wasn't just the mineralites either.
True.
They really were what denied Eternity from getting that 4th base. I mean, sure, the Overlord was spreading creep there, buying GogojOey some time to get the army in position, but if that landed, and if Eternity was able to main art some SCVs over, he wouldn't have felt as forced to go on the offensive as he was.
Exactly.
And that's exactly where GogojOey wants to fight.
He was in control throughout that entire game, but now we'll see if things can change here in game number 2. Eternity, I want to see what he's made of. Can he make a series out of this? Can he fight back? Can he do it for land of Taiwan, mate?
I was gonna make like a thing about a pun about Eternity, but I'm like, what is time made of? Blood, skin.
Jim?
Not their iced coffee, but like the other one, which we call it.
The other one?
Wait, is Kaisi? Yeah, the
Menu
other
log?
one. No, not menu log. The other one. Not Hot 6, but the other one.
Red Bull?
Yeah.
Monster?
Time has on some Hot 6 stuff.
What are you on about? What? Inca Cola?
Oh, no!
This is where it ends, mate. This is where this is the qualifier that does it, mate. I can feel it. Oh no!
Right after this.
No.
As we continue our series here on Lightshade LE, we're in the top left-hand corner map, sweating all the way in the top left-hand corner. We have the red Zerg player coming down from the land of Hong Kong. He is straight up the best player from Hong Kong and easily the most aggressive Zerg player in that sort of Southeast Asia, Asia-Pacific region. He is going to be representing himself as he is currently teamless. GogojOey.
And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Lightshade LE, we have the Taiwanese Terran. He is blue, representing himself as well as, Team GDA. It is Eternity.
Yeah, shout out to Team GDA. A lot of these sort of more middle tier players, I suppose you could call them. Yeah, the players who aren't quite in that top 4 yet do tend to be teamless. We try to give them as much support as we can, all of us around the respective fan bases. But if we look at this close qualifiers, I believe Eternity is the only one on a team.
Yeah, one of the only ones. I believe the other one, we always gloss over. Oh no, you're right. I was thinking, remember there was the player who was on Africa Freaks Taiwan or Africa TV Taiwan?
That was Cell, yeah. Barely didn't make it to the qualifiers.
Yeah, barely.
Or the close qualifiers, I should say. He had a very, very good run.
Made it all the way to a qualifying match, mate.
Yeah. Twice, if you're not mistaken.
It's possible.
Definitely unfortunate.
Yeah, very unfortunate indeed. But here we go. I don't know if you noticed, but GogojOey went for a pool gas first opening, and we see why.
And even earlier, Roach Warren here, Eternity being very vigilant, but they will not see the Roach Warren, at least off of that SCV. It'd be very tricky with the Reaper. Okay. GogojOey ideally has something watching the ramp.
There we go. He knows the bunker's being thrown down. Like, to be fair, Eternity, he saw the timing on the hatchery. He knows it was not a hatch first opening. The Reaper gets in, and the Reaper will see the Roach Warren.
Already, he's set up very, very well to defend against this. And Reaper's still alive, goddamn.
Yeah, exactly. He's trying to juke away, but the Queen gets him in the end. The Reaper does go down, but he has a lot of scouting information. And now, how does he respond? He already had the bunker ready and waiting. Is making a couple more units. I think the better question is that GogojOey, he knows that he got scouted.
That he does. He's still making a couple of roaches and ravages as well, but I do not see him committing too hard. He has an Overlord near the base, and once he sees the bunker in the high ground, he should know that, you know, he's already slowing down Eternity when it comes to the economy. He can still try to put up a little bit of pressure with the force he has, but he's already switching drones.
I mean, what's important is that, as you said, he's droning up, right? Like, he is no longer committed to this. He's just going to do whatever damage he can. Maybe force a lift on this orbital. Maybe bile down a depot or an add-on, but nothing too much more after that.
Yeah, there's no way he gets close enough to bile down the bunker.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, might get a couple of SCVs.
Yeah, he's gonna get a couple of SCVs. Yo, he wants that add-on. Can he get it?
Ooh, it's low, it's close, but the Ravagers don't quite have the range. He needs a Corrosive Bile to land. But that Corrosive Bile, I think, will hit at SCV. Not quite, but he does get the add-on, and he does get a supply depot, potentially 2.
Oh my god.
Even forcing the barracks to lift off. It's burning right now. Eternity needs to spend resources to keep it alive. He is hard supply blocked. All he's got are these 4 Marines, that 1 Banshee, and the 1 tank, which will be enough to chase GogojOey away. But again, the damage has already been dealt.
Made more damage than should have been dealt, right? It's like, that was devastating. Just the supply block, it's crazy. And just like that, GogojOey, he's already got a 3rd base on the way. He is fully saturated on 2 bases because he saw the Banshee. Main spores are being thrown down as well.
Yeah. That's really the only thing that can really threaten the economy of GogojOey right now. Eternity's not going to move across the map with a tank and 4 Marines.
He better not. I hope so. Banshee takes a lot of hull damage there. Does get pushed back. It does have cloak, to be fair, but there was a spore here. And this Banshee doesn't find much. It did push away the riches at least.
Yeah. Keeps Eternity alive, which is definitely something, but will it be enough? GogojOey has such a lead going into the mid game. His lair is already finishing up, and his third base is already getting saturated. Eternity, he's barely saturated on 2 bases.
Exactly. And I was wondering what that lair was going to be for, and let's go. It's just the tale of GogojOey this series. Roaches into Aspire.
You'll love to see it.
Not Eternity doesn't.
Well, no, Eternity would love to see it so he can prepare against it.
This is true.
But he doesn't see it yet.
He doesn't see it. He sees nothing, mate. Nice repair on the Banshee. He does have a 3rd CC to work with, right? So economically, he can catch up. He definitely can catch up. But the problem is that he needs to scout across the map. He needs to send his Banshee. He needs to do whatever he can to figure out what the hell is going on. Yo, he's sending it.
And he is sending. He's sending a lot of units across the map. GogojOey will see this. Do like there are even a couple of SCVs. You know, bunkers can definitely extend the lifespan of this attack. But there's already creep spread everywhere.
There is. To be fair, there isn't a lot of army for GogojOey to work with. Again, he was droning up. He did because he saw the army. He did make a wave of roaches, but they're still on the way, and the tanks, they do siege.
Bit of an awkward position though in the middle of that ramp. There is enough range on them to really threaten the army of GogojOey, but they're also sieged up wide in the open. GogojOey's coming in for a bit of a pseudo flank, and that should just about be it.
Yeah, exactly. All 3 tanks go down. On top of that, GogojOey, he's so annoying. Look at this. Even if Eternity wanted to land his 3rd CC, there is an Overlord here, spreading all that creep. You know what? The mutas are finally on the way.
It's all I can say. My Terran heart is bleeding right now for Eternity.
Again, this just goes to show how much of a monster GogojOey is, and how he can go toe-to-toe or consistently take down someone of the caliber of Azure. Even, I'll always remember this, mate, he even took down Kurin in ESL Open Cup Asia.
I will never forget that. 2-0 as well.
Yeah, it was a 2-0, mate.
I think that was the same evening that Ender took Creator to the Ace match too. That was that was a fine day.
It was great. It was beautiful. Oh my god. It goes to show even the best Terrans in the world can fall to someone like this. And GogojOey, the mutas they get in. Missile turrets are done, but the mutas still find a little bit of damage here in the production, and in comes the Roach army.
Today I learned you can still lift contaminated buildings.
Oh yeah? There you go.
Roaches are coming in. The tanks are uber exposed. Marines not quite in position. This is a good choke point to fight, though. GogojOey is well aware of that, and he backs away. He allows the mutas instead to wreak havoc in the main base and draw every single one of these Marines back.
Exactly, and just like that, the natural is exposed once again. All those roaches, and the majority of them turning into those ravagers, gonna be busting through this wall. The Marines, they do come back, but not before the wall falls.
Just like so, the roaches get such a good concave. The ravagers are piling down everything they can. And it's a decent spread of Marines, but that spread isn't particularly useful against Roach Ravager.
Yeah, we see how desperate the situation is. The boys are being pulled off the line, and with the boys, maybe Eternity can hold on, but we have reinforcing roaches just flooding across the map. Mate, it's not going to be enough, and GogojOey. It's a very fast series here.
That's good miles. GGH is called, and GogojOey takes that 2-0 in typical GogojOey fashion. Already making it to a qualifying match.
Ooh, GG, well played, and Again, we were talking about it when we introduced the players before we even started the game. GogojOey, he is the favorite here. Out of all the players in the closed qualifier, he is the favorite. Can anyone stop him? Eternity cannot. But what about his next opponent?